What's up, guys? The Insane Game here. Blah 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 blah. The Insane Game Freak here. Here to bring you Pokemon Episode 6, Black and White, dub version, last one, and we will have a full playlist, which I've already made the playlist for Pokemon Best Wishes episodes. So after this review, everything we all caught today. If anyone else wants to continue the dub reviews, go ahead. I'm gonna still watch the dub, mind you. It's just I won't be as what's the word, focused on it. Like, I won't do reviews for dub episodes, but I will still watch the dub. So if everyone wants to take over the dub reviews, go ahead. I'm just keep reviewing the Japanese ones. So anyways, as you can kind of guess, this episode is the episode where Ash, it's the second half of the battle, and Ushawott manages to stop, manages to deflect the Soul Ring Pansage uses, and it flies up into the air because he deflects it with his little seashell. And it's like, win! And then he's like, unfortunately, as deflecting it, he tries to come over, he tries to follow it up with a shell blade, and he gets knocked out of the air. He loses hold of his shell because Pansage uses Bullet Seed. And the wind's blowing really hard, so you're going to hear like this door slam in a second. Apparently it didn't slam. Anyways, he loses control of Scabbard, and Silence starts talking shit in the form of connoisseuring. Like, he starts trying to judge Ash on, like, all of his things. Like, oh, you and your Oshawott's flavor isn't that good. And it shows, damn, the wind is blowing like fuck right now. And, like, the fact that you chose a Pokemon with a type disadvantage shows how, like, immature you are, unexperienced you are. And then Ash is like, Oshawott, aim that water gun at the wall. And he shoots the wall, and it bounces off the freaking rocks, and then knocks the seashell back into his hand. And then he takes the seashell, and he goes, I think it's called Shell Blade. Is it called Shell Blade or Razor Blade? I think it's like called Razor Blade. And he goes over and smacks the shit out of Pansage, and I was like, Oshawott's a fucking samurai. He's a fucking samurai. He will cut you down. And I'm serious. He's like a fucking samurai. Like, if you look at all of his forms, he looks like a fucking samurai. Especially with that move. That move is like, I'm gonna cut you down for being a bitch. And he cuts you down for being a bitch. And pretty much the battle ends with a cross slash kind of deal where it's Razor Blade versus Bite. And Bite does not win, so Pansage goes down, and Ash has his fucking badge, son. Yeah! Ironically, that is not the entirety of the episode, actually. There's a couple other things that happen. First off, after he wins the badge, Iris wants to talk a lot of shit. It's like, oh, man, you should be so happy that you won that, because if you had lost that since you're the one who asked for it, you would have looked so lame. And it's just like, really, Iris? Really? Bitch move. It's like one of those things. But anyways, it cuts off from that and cuts over to Team Rocket. Team Rocket happens to be in the Dream Yard, which if you play at the beginning of the game, you know what the Dream Yard is. It's pretty much, it's actually like the ruins of the Dream Yard, because the Dream Yard was something that happened 10 years ago, where they were using the power of Musharna and Muna to turn dreams into an energy that would help benefit mankind. Unfortunately, things went awry, and it caused this huge explosion, and everyone kind of quit the project and went their own separate ways. Team Rocket's there trying to gather the remains of the dream energy to use it for Team Rocket's goals. While they're doing this, Ash is getting his Pokemon healed, and Silent comes to talk to him about, trying to question him about how he fights the way he fights. And you know Ash is kind of like a typical shonen kind of character, so he doesn't really know, he just fights because he fights that way. So it's kind of this awkward thing. They did the whole Nurse Joy thing where you find out, oh, Nurse Joy has a whole bunch of sisters that look the same. As this is going on, after his Pokemon get healed and everything, and Silent's been chatting with him for a few minutes, Iris comes in with Axie, and Axie's like glowing pink and then passed out, apparently. Due to Team Rocket fucking with the area, the dream energy comes out of nowhere and starts just fucking hitting these Pokemon, causing them to go to sleep and have their dreams and shit. Which really isn't dangerous in itself, but, you know, it's kind of bad when you have, like, dreams particles coming out of the sky and knocking your Pokemon out and shit. So, this is where we're introduced to Dr. Fennel, which I don't know why her dub name's that way. Also, if people notify me that the voice for Silent is Jason Griffith, which you can kind of tell after hearing it for a second time, so I see where they got that from. But anyways, Dr. Fennel is from that group that was working at the Dream Yard before 10 years ago. Even though she looks exactly the same, even though it's been a 10-year gap, which I'm assuming Dr. Fennel's like in her 20s, 20s, maybe 30s. She got to be in her 20s because there's no way in hell she's in 30 something. That'd be ridiculous. She doesn't look Fennel. Side note, she looks hot. And ironically, she's not a character I thought she would be. I thought she would be like following Juniper around as an assistant. She's not even that. She acts of her own accord, and she's not even related to her in any way, shape, or fashion. Honestly, in the game and in the anime, it's about the same. Anyway, she's there with Muna and helping XU wake up pretty much by sucking up the dream particles that have gotten into XU, and XU just happened to be having a dream about evolving. So you can kind of tell XU wants to evolve. But anyways, they go outside, they see dream particles. Jenny drives up, like, get your Pikachu in this Pokeball, and it's like, Pikachu don't want me a Pokeball. They put Ash's hat on Pikachu, so the dream particles don't get on him, because he's not getting in that fucking ball. You skip fast forward, they drive over to the Dream Yard and everything, and they confront Team Rocket, where this little mini battle ensues and everything. And pretty much what happens after the battle ensues, they win. Musharna is released because Musharna shows up during the battle and then is saved by knocking Team Rocket out. But it's not like Team Rocket just flies off again. It's more of they pretty much use a smoke bomb to get out of the area. And using the smoke bomb, they don't blast off like they usually do in the series, which seems to be a theme that comes along, because even in the later episodes it's the same way. It's like, no, I'm not going to blast off again. I'm just going to disappear for 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, but more like just disappear in general. So, dramatic switch and change, mainly because I said you can see me a little distracted in the first part, is mainly because it's dead, turned off the music, ticked me off, so I had to get the fuck out of there. But to continue where I left off, I think I left off right after Team Rocket used Woobat's gust to blow up a little dust cloud as like a smoke bomb and get the fuck out of there, because they don't blast off anyways. But anyways, Musharna's reunited with Dr. Fennel, and Muna's happy, and everyone's happy and shit. And everything kind of goes back to normal. And they go from there, and pretty much the end of the episode really is Silent makes the decision to go off on a journey and decides to travel with Ash. And then Silent also suggests, why don't Iris travel with Ash, like, officially, even though she's been traveling with Ash for like the first fucking 5 episodes. And this is the episode where you learn Iris really doesn't have a dream, but in the dub they say it's a secret. It's like, what is your dream again? And she's like, it's a secret. In the Japanese version, she says she doesn't have one. And then the episode ends. So that's really where that boils down to. Dub wise, I like virtually all the dub voices. Jason Griffith, I didn't mind him as Sonic, and I don't mind him as Silent. Dr. Fennel, her voice is fine. I think that the first 2 words she says at the beginning of the episode sounds weird, but the rest of the time she's fine. As I said, the dub reviews stop here. I will still watch the dub. I might do like an update later on, like way later on, but right now I'm just going to review the Japanese episodes. So for anyone who wants to do the dub episodes, by all means go ahead. It isn't like you need my permission in the first place, but go ahead. But anyways, that is my review for Pokemon 6. Pokemon Black and White episode 6 dub. Very good episode. I think next episode is the episode where he catches Sujadra, or Snivy in English. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to edit a video for the Game Index channel. Beat the Elite Four. That's all I have left now. And just fucking chill. There probably won't be a Beelzebub review this weekend because Crunchyroll said they were going to put all their streams this weekend on hold because of the whole thing with Japan and the earthquake, which is what the video I'm going to upload to the Game Index channel is going to be about. So I will probably see you guys later on, probably Sunday, tomorrow for Pokemon. But that's about it. But anyways, life's a game, play to win. Gotta catch them all, and I will see you all later. Tell me what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section below. Peace.